What's up, everybody, and welcome to Very Real Tournament, a comedy battlecast that pits two very real opponents against each other in a very real fight. And this week, guys, everything's so cool. Like, I'm cool. It's kind of cool outside because, you know, I don't like to say the date when we do these a lot, but it's definitely March right now.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, totally.
So it's kind of chilly. I wore a jacket, just out in the world. We decided, apropos of nothing, to just like be at our houses. Like, I was like, man, I hate looking at the faces that do this podcast with me. What if I was just away from them? So we're doing it in our house. It's definitely March, and nothing's changed. Everything is regular. Everything is cool, and we're all, I don't really have much to talk about because everything's so regular.
I think it's March. I haven't gone outside a lot lately, but I'm pretty sure it's still March.
Yeah, I've just decided to kind of stay in my house a lot, just cause I've decided to what's out there for me anyway?
Well,
Nothing.
we all came up with a creed that we follow where we'll never see each other's faces again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to shower a lot less. So
yeah, no, I get that.
How do you reverse engineer?
I locked my door in my room, and you guys came over to record, and you had to leave because I wouldn't let you in.
Yeah, but the smell was seeping through the door and through the walls.
Oh God! It's like when there's a fire and you have to get a damp towel and stuff it under the door.
Yeah. It's so bad.
We had to do that before we left the house.
It's so bad. I've been wearing masks recently. I can't handle the smell anymore. That's totally.
Yeah, every time I go out, I'm just like, man, you know what? I don't want the government to be able to see my face.
Yeah,
so
that's part of the creed.
I've gone out once or twice. Yeah. There was a time where I needed toilet paper. It was there. It was fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I bought assault rifles to get a haircut. I don't know.
Well, dude, your barber always rips you off. So, maybe you need to show a little bit of force.
True.
Nothing too much, but just so he gets it, like it's implied, like,
just
hey,
get in there and get in his face. I have a $5,000 firearm for my $25 haircut.
Oh man, priorities.
You guys psyched about that basketball?
Oh, dude, I'm so
out?
psyched.
Dude.
Such madness. So much madness.
Yeah,
so much March, mostly.
Yeah, a lot of March and a lot of madness, but the madness stays contained to the court. If it's spread out into the world, everything would be over. The economy would crash. People would lose their jobs. You know what I'm saying? But as long as it stays in the paint, we're all fine.
You think that's what happened?
Save us, LeBron.
Yeah, dude. It was foretold on the first March Madness, the first NCAA tournament, that they have to keep the madness contained to the court.
Oh, yeah.
If it were to ever get out, it would release the sands of time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm following.
That's why basketball courts are shaped like hourglasses. If you really look at them, it's all there.
Yeah, basketball keeps free will alive.
Yeah,
definitely. I thought the ball is modeled after an apple. It's all there.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, it's all coming together.
And all the players have to apply a lot of bronzer before they go on the court.
And chop off their ring fingers.
Yeah. I just want to take a quick moment to thank all the unpaid athletes in the NCAA tournament for keeping the world safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If anything were ever to happen to them, I mean, chaos. Absolute chaos.
They're the best extras in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they get their SAG card soon.
Residuals forever.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a pandemic of lost basketball players.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Michael Jordan video game, what you just described?
Yeah, and then you fight pollution with basketballs or something. I don't know. It's the 90s.
That's on the back of the box. It's the 90s. Just buy the game.
Yeah. Guys, I don't even know why we're going on so much because of how everything is so regular right now that we can just get into the podcast because what has really changed in March? You know what I mean? Nothing. So we're just kind of dilly-dallying around when these people want their very real tournament on time. We never miss a week. We'll never miss consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
It was so dope when I watched Mulan last week.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was hard to get the taste of Moana out of my mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that movie about?
It was great. You remember it was just last week, Corey. Don't play.
I'm joking, guys. I saw it 6 days ago. Don't worry.
Right. So, let's just do this because everything is so cool and chill. Let's just, do what we always do. This week, we have The Prince of Persia, starring Jake Jump-enhaals. That's right, Joey. I got it in before you got to say it.
Harsh.
As long as it's acknowledged.
Yeah, no, it has to be acknowledged that he is Jake Jump-enhaals. And this Prince of Persia and his Sands of Time are going to go up against Assassins and Their Creed, starring Michael Fassbender. He's an assassin. Guys,
you got it.
It's so easy this week. Everything is so chill and easy and fun and not stressful.
He's the ass bender because he's permanently got the shocker going on, with no ring finger.
Yeah, no ring finger. That's true.
Everywhere he goes, he's just offending people, and he's like, "But no, my secret." As soon as he offends somebody, and they go to tell the fucking PC police, that knife just comes out of his wrist blade.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shock you and then show you my hidden blade, and then he gets the restraint order.
Yeah. So he has to wear a hood everywhere he goes.
Yes,
Yeah.
What a great origin story.
That's it.
Absolutely. So, let's do this, guys. We got two platformers going up against each other. I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
Colin Sage.
Corey Music.
And everything is still very cool and regular, and it's about to get very real. Guys, I have some news. I was looking at my computer here because we're doing the podcast, right?
Sure.
And, I kind of just look at it out of my peripheral a lot, and I just glanced down at the bottom corner of the computer screen, and it says that it's actually June. What the fuck?
What? You gotta get the computer fixed, man. Come on.
I know. Whoa. Well, dude, I walked outside. It was scorching hot.
But what happened to the basketball?
What happened to basketball is my main question right now.
Joey.
Where'd it go?
Just gone.
That's how I tell the seasons. When
That's
the
how I know.
Basketball play. It's spring.
Yeah, it's like
It's always, except for the end of the summer.
Well, yeah, when the final dunk is dunked in March Madness, that's when spring springs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
Spring is sprung when the final ball has been dunked.
So wait, did it happen and we miss it? What's going on?
I don't know. This is crazy. I don't know what to do. Let me just hit up my favorite news source, Yahoo News. Let's see. Let's do some typing.
Ooh, yeah.
Yahoo News is very reliable. Oh my God, guys! I need you to go to Yahoo News real fast.
Can I go to Google?
You have to go to Yahoo News.
Okay, let me type in Yahoo real fast.
Yeah, they're the most reliable source. Yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing, Corey?
Oh, man.
Basketball was canceled.
It was,
That's
it never
crazy.
happened at all. Who's protecting the world?
Whoa.
Well, the second after it says what happened to basketball, the next headline says the world is on fire, and we know why.
And then it says, how about yours?
Whoa, and then it says you're going to avoid taxes this year with these 5 easy tricks. That seems
click on that. That's a good one.
Yeah, this one says why Julia Stiles isn't allowed in Hollywood anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this one says you won't last 5 minutes, and then it's some Simpsons characters. I'm not really sure what. I don't know if this is Yahoo.
You won't last 5 minutes reading this article? Oh, interesting. New York Times.
Yeah.
Lois
wow.
Griffin. What is this?
Yeah, but guys, it has been a while, and we apologize. It's been a while. But we're finally back, and we're ready to bring you the rest of this season of Very Real Tournament. We wanted to just keep you guys waiting, keep you on the edge of your seats for I don't know, how long's it been? 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, something like that.
You could say it's been a while.
Okay.
Okay.
My goal was just to let everyone know what I was eating on that particular day. I really wanted to get that out there, so
guys,
I canceled Very Real Tournament for months.
The best part about getting back to Very Real Tournament is we don't have to fucking do what did you eat today anymore. I apologize, everybody, for making you listen. If you're still here, I totally understand if you saw, you listen to 2 of those and you're like, this is trash, I'm done with them. Back to Serial to re-listen to season 1, the only good one.
Do you guys still think we have Jeremy, though?
Oh, if we don't have Jeremy, we're done. We might as well delete our website and just stop.
That's the test right there, the barometer.
Let me text him and see if we still got him.
And if not, this episode's going to be super short.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're glad to be back. We're excited to do this podcast again. We've missed it.
Yeah.
I've missed just watching bad to mediocre movies. Because everything I watched during this time period, this time off, has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
mostly catching up on shows, good shows,
Yeah,
not very
good
old
shows.
tournament shows.
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't like training in our houses, like watching all the bad movies so we get used to it.
Right.
You'll never get used to it.
No,
That's what I learned.
It gets used to you.
Yeah. So, yes. Now, we're excited to be back, so let's do what we came here to do and talk about this fight and these movies. This week, as we said, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, a couple of jump boys, not jumper, but some climbing boys, some jumping boys,
Some Ubisoft boys. Really?
them Ubisoft boys, and obviously Boobisoft boys. Yeah, I still got the good jokes, guys. I just proved it just now with that great riff. So, Team Dastan is me and Colin Sage. Say what's up to all the people at home, Colin.
Hey, it's Dastan.
It's Dustin. Let's be honest. Like he's in the desert. Why isn't it Dustin?
I don't know. You got to put on a weird quasi-British sort of accent and then say it.
Yeah, the director just kept saying, keep it vague. And that's what we're going to do
What's
in
my
the same
race?
spirit.
Keep it vague.
Keep it vague. Doesn't matter. And then,
vague, but you're still white.
yeah. And on Team Leap of Faith, my brother Joey and my friend Corey are taking those leaps of faith and coming back to this podcast.
We sure are.
Yep.
You guys took a real leap of faith watching that movie. It's so fucking boring.
Man, it is. I might still be dreaming right now. This might not even be happening.
You fell asleep while you were watching it, and you're dreaming that we're doing
I'm
the
gonna be
podcast.
honest with you guys. I didn't mind it that much.
It wasn't that bad.
We'll get into it, man.
Neither
but
of them were that bad.
They're kind of the same movie, so I couldn't really be like, this is way worse. Like, I probably would rather watch Assassin's Creed again than Jake Jump-enhaals, to be honest.
I
Except
disagree.
there's no Gemma Arterton in Ass Creed.
Or
Yeah, she should
Alfred
really be in more
Molina. You got no
movies.
Alfred Molina? Dude, you guys totally won this one, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
In terms of
I
quality
don't know,
of
it was
the movie.
great.
I think Prince of Persia was a better Assassin's Creed movie than Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Kind of agree, dude.
I'm watching it and I'm like, whoa, it's all the things. There's even like the bird and like the high dive.
He
and
did
all
do like the leap
parkour.
of faith thing where like the camera
Yeah.
panned around him before he like leapt off the cliff.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
There was more Assassin's Creeding than the Assassin's Creed movie.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
can we go ahead and, I want to go ahead and get out of the way that we all know that Assassin's Creed, the game, was a Prince of Persia game that became an Assassin's Creed game. So none of this surprises me.
Yeah, if anybody's out there wondering, hey, where's Prince of Persia? You're playing it. It's called
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly right.
Yeah, sorry, Prince of Persia, you got taken over.
It even
Because I was like, I'm gonna go and see what happened to the games, because like it's been a long time, been a while. And I looked and to my horror and much to my chagrin, it was there hasn't been one since like 2008 or something.
Yeah, you typed in princeofpersia.com and it just took you to Assassin's Creed.
You won't last
like
5 minutes playing this game.
Yeah, you got it first.
Oh,
You got
boom, I won it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Joey, Corey, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's his name from Assassin's Creed?
Aguilera.
Angular DeNerd. So we have Michael Fassbender, also known as Callum Lynch.
Cal. What a fucking
God.
name.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're just trying to do some cool ass like regular guy named Callum Lynch.
Yeah, that's the present day version of Michael Fassbender, Assassin's Creed. It gets so confusing. I actually like the Assassin's Creed games and what they try to do, like in
Me
the
too.
beginning, but
Me too.
it's so nonsensical, so fast when you try to actually explain it. So Callum Lynch is a fuck.
Yeah.
He's an asshole. Like there's a line in the movie that says, "I'm an aggressive person."
Oh my
Just
god.
like, Michael
Yeah,
Fassbender,
yes.
you're a good actor. You produced this movie. How do you let them let you say that?
Also,
Yeah.
Joey, he also says to the audience that he is crazy, because otherwise, how would you know unless he says it? Like,
Oh,
Right.
well, what if he put a tattoo on his head that said
damage? Yeah, that's a good one.
So
It just says
give me
crazy.
a sec. I might trail off with this. I'm gonna try to explain the premise of Assassin's Creed.
All right,
Okay.
Joey, we'll hit the buzzer if you go too long.
My
I want to.
eyes are
I want to
glazing
do this
over. Here we go.
for the audience, and I don't even have a joke about it. I actually just kind of want to try to explain it.
Sure.
So, in the this is the present. They kept saying they said 2016 like 9 fucking times. So a company called Abstergo has created a machine called the Animus that allows them to track your through your DNA, your ancestors, and then allows you to put yourself in your ancestors' shoes and play out their memories.
Yeah, I saw X-Men Days of Future Past.
Well,
man.
Same
guys,
thing.
it's the Matrix plus history. That's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
So they find Callum as he's being executed for murdering a pimp.
Oh,
which
by
is
the-
just like, what 90s movie plot is that?
I
Dude,
know.
whatever that movie plot is, this movie suffers from I'd rather be watching that movie because
Yeah.
all I wanted to know was what was that story about.
Right.
Like, who has brought up a pimp in the last, like, since 50 Cent released that song? Like, what are you talking? A pimp?
Or how about, why not, I think the point of that was, is like, oh, he's a pimp, he is a bad guy, Michael Fassbender murdered a bad guy. Why not just have him murder like a child molester or something?
Right. It's not like Taxi Driver where he has to go and kill Jodie Foster's pimp. Yeah.
Harvey Keitel, all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to the strange plot. So Callum Lynch on execution, like on death row for murdering a pimp, and Abstergo fakes his death, takes him to a, in air quotes, rehabilitation facility to, under the guise of, like, treating his violence.
Curing
Like,
violence. The cure
Yeah.
for violence.
Yeah, that's their mission statement, is that they're going to cure violence, and what that actually means is they're trying to find an ancient artifact, the Apple of Eden, to basically remove free will from the world,
Yeah,
Yep.
it's MacGuffin
to
the movie.
control free will. So yeah, we have the Callum's ancestor, Angular DeNerd,
Yep.
and yeah, he's an assassin, part of a creed of assassins. They work from the
So to
shadows.
speak.
Very, very, run-of-the-mill assassins. They're good at murdering.
Right.
They like
Good at jumping.
good at jumping. They have, a hidden blade that comes out of their wrists. Super cool. Will never probably not be cool. But yeah, they have a whole bunch of weapons that they can use. They're very, very good at murder.
And also, they go back in time. They go back in time to 1492, and Christopher Columbus is part of this movie, which is stupid. Anyway.
Also, this is the dustiest, foggiest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, is this Silent Hill or Assassin's Creed, man? Like,
It was bizarre how little you could see.
Yeah, it's like Michael Fassbender didn't want to show up to set, so they had to like fog everything out and like replace him with somebody else. He's like, "This is perfect." He wears a big old hood, and we'll just make it foggy all the time, foggy
Yeah.
London town.
What's so weird about this movie and Michael Fassbender, like in general, he got this movie off the ground. He
Right.
wanted to do this movie,
Yep.
and then you watch it, and it's just like it doesn't really seem like you did.
well, I have a theory on this. My theory is that Marion Cotillard and Michael Fassbender and the director of this movie did that version of Macbeth. I wonder if it's like, okay, we'll let you do your Shakespeare movie, but you gotta do this video game movie for us too.
Maybe, but he was always like, I want to get an Assassin's Creed movie made. Like, I want to be an assassin. Like, he was like campaigning for it.
Huh.
Maybe he just thought it was like a good business decision because like they're really popular games, so it's like this is gonna make fucking money. We don't really know, but yeah, it
Also-
doesn't seem like he was a huge fan.
Yeah, which is weird. Maybe he like wanted to do it, and then they gave him the script, and he's just like, shit. Because
Already in.
He's like, "Fuck! I already told people I was excited about it. I can't go back on that."
I already told
This-
people I was going to be pushing a quarter through someone's head again.
That'd be cool.
This assassin, he has magnet powers, right? He can bend metal.
Sure, totally. Why not? Why not?
Right.
Hey, hashtag why not?
Hey, he can bend the plot.
Yeah.
Speaking of plot, I think another big thing that matters as far as his fight's concerned is because we could be talking about his ancestor or Cal, but there's this quote-unquote bleeding effect, which pretty much allows current-day Michael Fassbender to have all the powers of past Michael Fassbender.
Right.
Yeah, and they explain that to you in a montage of him doing angry yoga
Real
in
angry
his
yoga.
cell by himself. So we got angry yoga on our
So
side.
Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm gonna train in my mind with my mind double.
Mind double. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Also, we look real good with our shirt off. Like,
We do, yeah.
I think that was part of Michael Fassbender. That might have been part of the contract because he showed up to the final like set piece of the movie, and
No
he was
shirt.
walking up and he ripped his shirt off, and they just had to go with it. And he was shirtless for like 30 minutes. Like, it was
I
such a
know.
long scene to just like throw your shirt away at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I guess he's just like, I worked out for this. You will
Right.
see that I worked out for this.
Yeah,
So,
probably. Because he's the only one that's shirtless.
super jacked, super jumpy, super deadly. Boom.
Okay.
Great
cool.
bow and arrow. He shoots you all the time. He's pretty much good at all the ancient weapons, I'd say, just in general.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
some of the games you got to use two-handed weapons.
Yeah.
In some of them you
Smoke
didn't.
bombs and all kinds of
Smoke
shit.
bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
can walk through a crowd and touch everyone's shoulder. Just-
He's the
just-
king of that. He's the king of that, like tapping on people's shoulder prank.
Yeah.
He's also good at synchronizing himself, and I say that because the movie has at least 3 of those. Didn't need them in
Yeah.
the movie, but let's just go around the building just to make sure the audience gets it.
Which is
Yeah,
almost the
also-
same plot device as a time traveling knife. Where it's just like, oh, he desynced because that's not what really happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Which in Prince of Persia, the original game, every time you die, you go, no, wait,
Oh.
that's not it. And then it
That's-
rewind.
Absolutely. It's pretty much them justifying the cliches and the tropes of video games is why Assassin's Creed really happened, I feel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Colin, let's talk a little bit about the Prince of Persia. We got Dastan.
Dastan!
Jake
Yeah.
Gillian-Howe.
Yep, he's jumping all the halls. So he starts out as a poor orphan beggar boy in one of the cities in Persia when the king of Persia is just like passing through, and then he sees a kid dunk on some guards. He's just like he just sees a kid absolutely embarrass all his guards, and he's like, "I want you to be my third son." Sure,
You won the
I saw-
prize!
I like the way you fucking embarrassed all my guards. So you got spunk, kid. Get in here. And I'm sure after that, all the orphans were trying their hardest to like make the guards look like shit. So they could be like, King, do you want another son or what's up?
Yeah, next
The
year he
next
has like
week, the
17
king-
sons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
next week the king comes to the town, and there's just like basketball goals like all lining the street, and all the kids like have like balls behind their back, and they're just like waiting.
Yep. For the king to pass through at their chance of being a prince. So he grows up and becomes one of the 3 princes. He has 2 brothers who are actually, I don't think they dunked on any guards. I like the idea that if he couldn't have sons, he just picked like the 3 coolest kids in the kingdom.
He just like
But-
walks up to a kid and fucking like rolls him a basketball and he's just like,
Yeah.
score on me.
Yeah.
Spice some horse.
Play for your future. Let's go.
Ball up. like
So
we got
yes.
angry bro who might
Yeah.
actually have some Middle Eastern descent
Yeah.
in his blood, and then we have the Shaun of the Dead ripoff actor.
Yeah.
What is that guy's name? It's
Simon
like-
Pegg? What are you talking about?
he's basically knockoff generic Simon Pegg.
Yeah, but so yeah, he and his brothers invade a city for the king because Ben Kingsley is the king's brother, and he says that they're making some sort of like weapons like facility.
they have like a
uh,
forge.
It's 9/11,
Yeah, like some
dog.
sort of weapons forge. It basically is like we're invading a Middle Eastern city because someone said they had weapons of mass destruction.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And he's definitely not evil, even though he's like bald and has black eyeliner.
Dude, someone should just
and
say,
rubs
oh,
his hands together the whole time.
yeah, like someone should say, oh, is that Ben Kingsley? He's so evil. Like, why even bother?
Well, he was Gandhi, so you know.
It's actually really funny because I wrote down a list of the timeline of who I thought the bad guy was because I went I went into the movie. It was like, I'm pretty sure that Ben Kingsley is the bad guy, but I don't really remember. So then I was like, okay, it's Ben Kingsley. And I was like, wait, no, is it the brother that looks obviously evil and mean? Okay, no, it's not him. It's actually the older brother who they're tricking me. Oh, no, wait, it actually is Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, you played yourself on that one.
Yeah, I did. I
tried to give him too much credit.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, they're twisting and turning. Who's the bad guy?
No, the problem is, dude, you watch Iron Man 3 first, so you got that in your system.
Yeah. You're right, but
Nick,
no,
you had a problem remembering the movie because nothing happens.
that's okay. I'm still going through it, Joey. I mean, you're right.
They do things. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm not done yet. So, after they invade the city, they're like, "Oh yeah, we won. Now we have to present the king with a gift." So Jake Gyllenhaal gives a robe to his father, and his father dies, and he's framed for it. So he's got to go on a Persia trotting adventure with the princess head guardian person of what turns out to be the Sands of Time. He gets himself a dagger that when you press the jewel on the bottom, you can turn back time. The jewel only, or the amount of time in the dagger is only up to 1 minute.
Correct.
So, but yeah, and I was just yelling. I'm like, you're wasting it. You're wasting it, idiot! But
yep, they do that immediately, so they don't have to worry about it being a plot hole later. They're just like, Jake Gyllenhaal, use it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll use it again. Oh, now you're out of sand. I guess this has to be a regular movie.
Yeah, I know.
You can't have any MacGuffins.
Yeah, it could have been really cool if they would have kept some fucking sand in that thing.
That would get in the way of the jumping, Nick.
Well, it's funny because this movie has 4 or 5 sand travel and time moments, and Assassin's Creed has 4 or 5 historical moments. They're both failing at the premises of what they are.
Right.
Yeah. So I got a little game because if you couldn't tell, I didn't take any notes. You know what I did do?
I couldn't tell. You could have just kept that to yourself.
I didn't take any notes, but you know what I did do because nothing happens in either of these movies. No, you know what I did? I counted how many times each of these characters jump.
Wow, that sucks, Joey. What a monotonous job to do.
I was kind of bored.
Okay.
Because all they do is jump. All
right.
As well.
So I'm gonna start. Let's start with the jumping hall himself.
Okay, how many times does he jump?
I want you guys to take a guess. Yeah, each hit me with a guess.
I'm going to say he jumps 40 times.
All right, 40. What you guys got?
28.
28?
I'm going to go 41.
41?
Piece of shit.
If we're doing Price is Right rules, then Corey wins. He jumped 34 times.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
but technically, I'm the closest?
No,
yeah,
I'm
the closest.
I still win. I'm still tied. We're tied. That's 6 apart.
Oh, you're right. All right. As long as Colin loses, that's fine, because he did that piece of shit move.
Yeah. So, 34 times, and most of them were speed ramped.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely. He runs and jumps off something. Yeah.
Oh, and his little
in slow motion.
Come on.
Yeah.
So, let's move on to Fassbender. What do you guys got?
I'm going to go with 40 times.
All right.
I'm going to go with 17.
17?
I'm going to go with 35.
Corey, you fucking nailed it.
Oh, shit. It was 35.
35 times.
Boom!
What I was going to do is he jumps a lot. Jake Jump-enhaals, 34. That's a fuck ton. And then in the first hour of Assassin's Creed, he jumps 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh man, Jake Jump-enhaals got him. And then in one scene, it went from 6 to 28.
Oh shit!
It was the
are you
the
counting
chase scene.
if he goes back in the present day with his Palpatine machine? Are you counting those jumps too?
No, I'm not counting the
metaphysical jumps.
Yeah, because it would cut back and show the same action. I didn't cut those. And also there was one, and this is my favorite, one sassy wheelchair exit.
Oh, yeah, he sure did. Yep.
He dunks on what's her name, and then just turns his wheelchair and rolls out of there.
I like to think that Michael Fassbender saw Prince of Persia and knew that his movie was going to be similar, so he's like, I'm going to do one more jump. and they were filming, and he kept that to himself.
Yeah.
But they were filming, and all of a sudden he was like, "We filmed like half this movie, and I've only done 6 jumps." So he just like went ham in one scene.
Time to have this super long scene that seems like it's the climax of the movie, but it's kind of not.
Right.
I need a scene with Aguilera jump ropes, okay? Don't ask me why. I just need it.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed is another one of those movies that ends like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like you have like the final fight in the past, and then the movie should end. But then you have another fight in the present, and then that ends, so the movie should end. And then there's another fight, and it's just like,
dude, it's not a fight. He walks up to some guy and stabs him, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's weird." And they all.
How did he get in here? How did he just walk up and do this?
It makes no sense, dude.
It's because he's an assassin.
I know. Well, but still,
because they were all wearing assassin robes for some reason.
And they get so far away at the end too. Like they're like 2 miles away at the end. Like I guess it's a stunt double or something. But
yeah,
I don't know. But the movie felt like it. They looked at the reel and were like, "This movie's 35 minutes." 'Cause it wasn't a fast movie, but it was moving along. Like it was plodding along, and then you hit that like final action sequence, not the killing of Irons, but just the final action sequence. And it's just like, all right, well, if we just keep showing, what's her name?
Marion Cotillard?
Yeah, Marion Cotillard's face, just again and again. Like, we got to really pad this out. Like,
yeah,
it just grinds to a halt.
Once he breaks the animus and like is standing there staring at all his ancestors, not saying anything, it's like 15 minutes that he's just staring at all of his ancestors while it was just like, why are you? Was there supposed to be dialogue here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole point is of the movie is
Felt
like
like a
getting the
fan
apple, and they get the apple, and then Michael Fassbender was like, "Nah, just kidding. I have the apple now." So nothing happens. Nothing happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's a similar thing to Prince of Persia, because I was like, wow. So his dad dies, both his brother die, and his girlfriend dies. This is pretty crazy. And then at the very end, he just goes all the way back to the beginning of the movie, and literally nothing happened.
Which, to be fair, it does happen in the game. That's how the game goes too.
Yeah.
And he's a different person now. That's what you're missing.
Right, he's grown and changed.
He's not just going to sell that woman, he's going to coherce her into sex for himself.
Okay.
So he's
right, because he still gets what he wants, because he's like, you know what? Little brother, you deserve to marry this girl. Sorry, girl, you don't get a choice. But that's how things are right now. Hopefully it changes in the future.
The good thing about that is no matter how far you go back in time, women will never have rights.
Right.
I'm just saying, dude.
The action in Prince of Persia is so poorly edited. It all sucks. There's no good fight scenes. I did not enjoy.
I thought the
any
raid
of
was
them.
kind of cool at the beginning. I thought that was kind of neat.
You're right. The raid was pretty cool, where you actually like saw him do things.
Yeah, like hopping around, like using like fire.
It was
and
coherent.
shit.
Yeah, it was coherent.
It was coherently shot and
But when
edited,
he's
it just
fighting
wasn't
like
exciting.
any of the those black assassin dudes with the snakes and stuff, it's nonsense. They keep cutting away, and you can't tell what's going on, and that's frustrating. Like
that
I know
time
it's supposed to
scene,
be like Pirates of the Caribbean, but like you could actually see what was happening in the sword fights in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like it just, I was like, man, this reeks of like just big budget stuff where the fight scenes are like hastily shot together and cut together.
An aversion to violence for sure. They're like it's got to be action, but we can't show anybody really getting hurt.
Yeah, and that's why all he did was
very
jump.
specific.
That's why all he did was fucking jump, and that's like the big set piece moments. Like it's all over the fucking trailer. I remember the trailer because I was just like, that's where I was like Jake Jump-enhaals, because I was just like, all he's doing is jumping. Like Assassin's Creed, like yeah, he ended up jumping more, but that was just because of the one parkour scene and the fact that both of these games are platformers and it's similar. But I like the action and shit, like being able to cut back and like it's almost cheating of like dual planes of action because he's doing shit in the past and then you can see it in the present while he's fucking shirtless or whatever.
That's the worst part of the movie, though.
What?
I think cutting to
back?
the present. This I didn't need it, and it also makes me go, how does this actually work? And how does this work at all? How is this working?
Right, because every time a move would like break the animus arm, it just cuts to the past, and so you don't have to like see the awkwardness of how VR would work in real life.
Right, is the Animus controlling everything he does, or is he doing anything? Like,
right. That's why in the games he's just laying on a fucking bed.
Yeah, I mean,
the Animus is just a bed.
I like the Animus arm because, like, so I feel the same way.
They had to give him some action, and they had to make it seem like he could realistically learn those moves. Like, I get it.
Well,
just
in the sense of, so Assassin's Creed, the first like trilogy or whatever, like, I liked running around ancient times and cutting people, but I always really enjoyed the present stuff because the whole purpose of the movie, like, you have Abstergo, which is trying to, capture free will or whatever.
Sure.
It's two ancient civilizations, the Assassins and the Templars. And
right.
in the past, it's always just like, they're like knights and you're like assassins. Yeah. And I always wanted to see the correlation of that in the future, which you almost never see. Yeah. It's just like, oh, we're assassins and they're dudes in unmarked vans and we've seen them twice over 3 games. Right. And it's like, so I liked the fact that they had all the assassins trapped there and then they broke free, and it was like I like that because that's what I liked in the games. I just never got enough of it. Yeah, it does slow down the movie a lot, but it would be horrendous if it was a bed.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I get why they did it.
Cuts back to his face and his eyes are wiggling as they're closed and stuff, and they're like just like looking at monitors being like his heart rate and like that would suck.
And they're like,
but didn't that work like in the Matrix though? Right?
Yeah, and in X-Men Days of Future Past, they cut back to Wolverine and he's like swinging his arms around.
Right.
Yeah, and so he's laying there on the table, and they're like, "What's wrong, Fassbender? Too much past in your blood?"
Nice. We had to bring it back. We've been gone for so long. We've been waiting to hear too much something in your blood reference.
Right. Well, I think we have the upper hand because Jake Jump-enhaals defeats assassins, which they specifically mention in the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah, they are. They're the assassins back in the day. Yeah,
the precursor to assassins.
Yeah, on Wikipedia it said. Yeah,
come on.
Who was also in Bronzer, dude. Why? Like, we can't get around the fact that like this is the most whitewashed bullshit. Like they barely got away with it in 2010. No one's even dreaming of doing that in 2020.
Yeah, they cannot get away with it.
No way they're casting all white people and putting them in bronzer for this fucking Persia movie.
Given the American ones like British-ish accents, just to make them seem a little exotic.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like it was so bizarre to have Jake Gyllenhaal try to have like a weird half Cockney accent. I was like, what is happening?
That's what I'm saying. Just be vague enough. No one will care. They want to see you jump.
That guy is from someplace.
Your name's not Jake Accent Hall, okay? It's Jump-enhaals.
We're all brothers here, and you look out and like everyone is looks like they're Persian, and then it cuts back to the main 5, and
they're all so the whitest white boys.
Oh man, and his brother with the blonde hair was like it was so embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was just like, I'm a regular. He even had less of a British accent, even though I'm pretty sure he's English.
Right.
So he was just playing like, I'm a regular dude. Yeah. Like, hey guys, I'm just here being British as a Persian king. It was so stupid.
All right, gang. Let's talk about this fight. It's time. It's been a long time, but I think we still got it in us. I think it's in our blood now to do this podcast, so I believe in us.
Your blood is not your own.
Obviously, this fight has to take place in like a sandstorm, right? So because it's like half sand and half fogginess to like marry these two movies.
That is what a sandstorm is.
Yeah,
half sand, half fog, all time.
All time.
So what are we thinking here? Like Michael Fassbenders hopping into an Animus to go back in time and runs into Jake Gyllenhaal or something?
That's probably correct.
Jake Gyllenhaal lays on an hourglass bed, and he goes so far back in time that he comes back from the future.
Oh!
And now Jake Gyllenhaal is,
Time's a flat circle.
I'll just go ahead and say that Colin, I guess, is actually bad at this now.
What?
I'm joking. I just liked Corey's pitch. It made sense to me.
Well, of course we're going to do that. That's
You just had to throw in a joke. Do you think this is a comedy podcast?
You put in the Game Genie code and just do the time thing. It'll break the game. Boom, you're in the end of the game. Boom, it's the future.
Whoa.
You just reversed forward.
Reverse into the future, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
That could work too, sure.
I don't know. We can do whatever.
Because I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill your spirit. I was just trying to dunk.
Well, I described an hourglass bed that he lays on.
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
What if it gets real goofy and Michael Fassbender starts getting the bleeding effect to where Jake Gyllenhaal's pretty much just a ghost and he's spooking him and he eventually falls off a building.
Very good.
Okay, I have one more. This is it. This is how my theory works. All right. Jake Gyllenhaal goes way back in time. They animus him with the sands of time, and it's like your ancestor, Michael Fassbender. Because we're not in the past, we're in an apocalyptic future, and that's why they're white. Because society has crumbled for thousands of years, and white people have just made it, and now they're the new Persia.
Well, think about it too. Like, if they have the sands of time, we have no idea how many times civilizations has really happened, right?
No, that's true. Because if you can just blast back to the past using the big sand structure, then we really don't know.
So there you go.
Just saying, could be that that explains the casual racism.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do their work for them, Colin, and explain their mistake, okay? But yeah, I think since the games are always, the Assassin's Creed games are always hopping around, I think it makes sense that Michael Fassbender, because in those games, they, get a new animus that, works in a cave, and they do more shit. So I think that he would go back to Persia. Was there one that took place around that time?
No,
I guess,
not really.
No, I guess Egypt was one that they did, but that's not really the same.
Yeah, that was before.
But I think the point is, if we go back far, so Christopher Columbus, for some reason, has the Apple of Eden. But before that, maybe the Persians had it, man. Who knows?
Right. I mean, those games don't make sense. At one point, in one of the games, you're getting, inventions from Leonardo da Vinci. He's like, I made a fucking plane for you to use.
Yeah, they always have, all-star history cameos every once in a while. 3 had George Washington.
Yeah.
6 had, Jack the Ripper or something.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up. Assassin's Creed Origins takes place in 49 to 47 BC.
Oh, I thought it was 2000 BC.
Well, the Prince of Persia setting, it just says 2,500 years ago. So someone do that math.
I mean, that's 500 BC, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, so Prince of Persia's earlier. Interesting.
What about Origin?
What about Odyssey?
Odyssey goes back further.
That's the Greeks, right?
Wow.
I thought Odyssey was Odyssey's Rome.
Yeah, but Odyssey goes back further than Origins. I
thought it was
Rome,
Greeks, not
Greece.
Roman.
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't need to get
ancient Greeks,
caught up in the
Thermopylae
minutia.
fought the Persians.
Yeah, guys, Odyssey is 431 to 422 BC. Pretty close.
Okay, so
Boom. All right.
So Michael
Then they're at the
Fassbender
hotcakes,
goes
is
into
what you're saying.
Odyssey, where he needs to maybe get the Dagger of Time.
And the Apple of Eden?
Is he go back to his ancestor Leonidas?
What if he uses Assassin's Creed blade? What if that was the dagger, the sand dagger? What if he uses it, he morphs it or something?
Jake Gyllenhaal does that?
Or he gets it from Jake Gyllenhaal. He's like, oh, my new assassin's blade is the dagger of time. That'd be kind of
okay. Cool. Well, we're not giving it to him yet because I want to keep that to fight you guys with it.
I know. I'm just trying to think ahead.
Don't.
Okay.
Be present with me, okay? Don't ruin the end of the fight
Let
before we argue about it for 45 minutes.
The Prince of Persia is hanging out with Zack Snyder's Goatmen, and they're invading the Hot Gates. Okay. And then Magneto's there.
I need you guys to focus up.
I'm going to be honest with you guys, I barely have any fucking idea what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. We got to focus up.
Hold on, guys. Wasn't Michael Fassbender in 300?
He was in 300.
Yes, absolutely.
We broke it wide open.
Okay. We broke it wide open.
He faces the Persians.
Oh,
does
you're right.
Come on, this is where I'm talking about 300, because it's Persia is invading the Greeks, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Michael Fassbender's in the movie. I mean, there it is. It writes itself.
Okay, you're right. Let's move all this over to the hot gates. So, Jake Gyllenhaal is he's running around with like the giant ogre men and the witches and the wizards
And the guy who has a deep voice.
Yeah, and he's under Xerxes. That's the
There he
new.
is.
That's the new king. That's who should have been playing his brother all along. And Michael
Played by Ben
Fassbender.
Kingsley.
Cal Lynch goes back into whatever his character's name was from 300. Okay. Well, no. I said 300.
Oh, I got you. My bad. I'm following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Beefcake. That's what
Dude, I was about to say Beefcake number 3, but you beat me to it.
Michael Beefbender. I don't know.
Michael Beefbender, he can bend that beef anytime. They get maybe they're fighting, and Michael Fassbender gets a glimpse of like, Jake Gyllenhaal using it to like kill one of his boys or something, and they gotta square up now.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I think what happens, he goes back to Beefcake Bender, and but that Beefcake Bender has not fully grasped like the creed, right? Like, he still has all of his fingers. He doesn't have a hidden blade.
Yeah.
So I think he's got to take a timeout and go find himself in the woods or whatever.
Okay.
And see his ghost ancestors and his ghost mom and
Okay, because he's having the bleeding effect maybe in this time too.
Yeah.
So he's saying all kinds of weird shit.
so
he
he's-
realizes
Cal
he
is-
doesn't need all of his fingers.
Cal is bleeding into like this Cal at the end of Assassin's Creed is bleeding into Beefcake Bender. So he's staring. He's in a field somewhere and he's staring at 30 ghosts for 30 minutes, and then he comes back. He understands. He has a hood, and then he just starts touching all the other Spartans' shoulders as he walks through the crowd,
and instead,
unnoticed because he has a hood on.
Yeah.
Except no one
That
else
is a
does.
power. That's a power we have.
Instead of doing ghost karate with his like ghost dad, he just starts oiling up all those ghost beefcakes. You know,
I like to think that the actual conversation in the woods is the ghosts have to convince him to cut his finger off. They're like, "Look, man, it's actually really important." He's like, "Why do I have to cut my finger off?"
Yeah.
It's really important, man. The blade comes up through where that finger would be.
Yeah.
You don't really use that finger. You're not getting married.
This is your new
You're
finger.
you're not marriage material. You're just like a dude that's gonna fuck forever. This guy fucks.
He's like, nah, and they're like, look, man, some people cut their dicks, okay? So this isn't that bad, all right?
Yeah.
You want to be those people?
I need you to take a leap of faith with me, okay?
Whoa.
He's married to the creed. He can't marry anybody else.
Yeah.
Well, if he accepts it, but that's why they have to talk him into it. His name, by the way, is Stelios in 300. So
Yep. Beefbender.
Beefbender, yeah. Fuck
Stelios
me.
Beefbender.
Yeah.
Yep, he can't marry, he can't have kids, because he's a Highlander.
Meanwhile, Jake
Here
Gyllenhaal's
we go.
fucking whoever he wants. That's not cool.
It's just Gemma Arterton, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's a
Exactly.
big deal, though.
Joey, somehow I watched that movie
I'd be okay
knowing
with
there
that.
there would be some comments.
I love her.
Dude,
Man.
she's very attractive.
I love her
She
so
is.
much.
She's very pretty, as the movie reminds you constantly.
Yeah.
She also murders the fuck out of Jake Gyllenhaal 2 times.
Yeah, she sure does.
Damn.
Pretty cool.
I would
So,
have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for sand in that button.
Lousy sand and whatever. So
That's
anyway,
sand
he
in
finds
that time.
himself. He gets a hood that he makes out of a deer in the woods. Mm-hmm. Comes back,
Well,
loses
maybe
a
he
finger.
leaves, you know.
Maybe he has some face paint on his eye or whatever's going on there.
It was just
Because
tattoos.
maybe Jake Jump-enhaals just like, look, man, this is like a rogue section of this massive Persia. Like, I'm not trying to hang out with goat men. I'm just trying to bang my hot girlfriend.
Or maybe Jake Gyllenhaal wants Michael Fassbender. Hey, that hot girl that you're with kind of looks like my wife. How about you give me one of those? Because they look similar.
guys, I've totally and completely lost the plot. We are shoving this so far up 4 asses right now. What is happening?
We're talking about this battle, right? The big
Yeah,
battle?
come on, dude. We're talking about
Beefcake Bender
beefcakes.
has ascended to assassin in the hot gates. He's touching everybody's shoulders. He's sitting
Okay.
on benches with priests and going grayscale, so you know that he can't be seen.
Yeah.
And then I don't really know what Jump-enhaals doing, but that's not my character. Got him.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, he's making witty comments. He's smiling a lot. He likes to smile. He likes to smirk. Nothing ever bothers him,
Got
really.
great teeth.
He's wrestling with his boys, all right? They're shirtless. They're rolling around. So they're also a bunch of beefcakes, just beefcaking it up. And I think they're going to try to sneak in the back door because that's what they do best. You know?
You're right. They would do what the Persians would do. They would, Jake Gyllenhaal is going to talk to some people and figure out that there's a back entrance to the hot gates, just like he did in the movie where he found the side door entrance. So he's going through, jumping over people. He's not really killing a lot. He's just kind of parkouring across people.
Yeah, it's just speed ramp, which
people
fits
down.
into 300 World too, which is all speed ramp.
Yeah, it's just all slow-mo. So he's constantly doing cool flips, looking very cool. Maybe once or twice he fucks up and gets hit with an arrow. He's got to hit his dagger and go back.
Yeah. But all this time, while that's happening, there's an eagle soaring ahead, above,
Whoa.
Got that eagle vision.
Yeah.
Beefcake Bender got that eagle vision. In the newer games, you actually become the eagle and you mark stuff. So maybe he marks... And we're in Odyssey, which is...
Yeah, it says Jumpin' Jaw on the screen. You can just follow it wherever it goes.
Jaw.
Jumpin' Jaw.
Fuck.
Angular, DeNerd, and Jake Jump-enhaals.
Jump-enhaals.
Jump-enhaal Jack. But yeah, I guess that at some point these Persians have to get this apple, otherwise Michael Fassbender wouldn't care. Right.
Whoa, and guess who's eating apples all the time?
Michael Fassbender.
Jump-enhaal.
No, I meant Gerard Butler is eating apples in that 300. It's
yeah.
all connected. It's all interwoven. We just have to sort it out. It's all here.
Yeah, we just have to wade through all this fucking trash.
We have
Well, maybe the
lot
movie
of
300 is just propaganda. So there's not actually goat men. And Leonidas isn't eating an apple. Maybe he has the apple. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
thought
it's
that
like-
we said that Michael Fassbender was going to go after the Sands of Time dagger.
Well, he's doing that. I'm just saying, we brought up the apple. Maybe that's in play. That's around. We don't have to.
Oh, okay. So Leonidas he wants to turn all of the Persians into sheeple.
Sure.
Take away their free
He's
will.
defending it. He doesn't want the Persians to turn everybody into sheeple. I get it.
Right. That's true, because Xerxes did turn a lot of people into sheeple. They're just we love God King Xerxes. I'm a sheeple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm literally a sheeple.
Yeah, they did have some sheeple in that movie. They didn't film it because it was so easy to kill them. They didn't even bother. Send in the sheeple. I'm bored. Send them in. They suck. They're just a bunch of yes men.
I need 300 sheeples.
Be careful. The sheeple are coming.
I need a tinfoil hat for myself and a goat skin hat for that man over there.
Yeah, and then one of them is a weird half man, half sheep. But he wasn't supposed to be sent in because he's a free thinker, but he just got confused about the order. It's it's the sheeple's time to turn up. Here we go. Wait a second. All of you are regular people. You're just a bunch of yes men. And then too late, his head's cut off in slow motion.
Nick, remember when you were saying this was so far up its own ass?
I decided
Talking
it would
about
be
sheeple.
I decided it would be best for me to lean in. Because I'm not going to spend this whole podcast telling you guys to fucking reel it back in, okay? I want to be funny, too.
What a sheeple.
Oh, no, I'm part of the problem.
All right, I think we got our setup, right, boys? We got, either way, for whatever reason, we got a battlefield with Jake Jump-enhaal on one side and Michael Beefbender on the other. And they're going to eventually meet at some point.
Yep.
and hash the beef.
They're both leading little groups of super shirtless, sweaty, beefy dudes.
Yeah, Michael K. Williams is there for some reason.
I think they're going to meet multiple times because Jake Gyllenhaal is just going to have to go back in time a couple of times and redo some shit.
It
But wait
turns
a
out
minute.
he actually sucks. Like,
But wait
Yeah.
a minute. So if he has a time machine, but if we die, we just get desynchronized, we can just come back, so we kind of have the same power, sort of. Right?
Oh, no. What are you saying?
Well, whenever you die in the game, like Odyssey, it just says desync, and I get to fucking try again, right?
Oh no.
I'm just throwing it out there,
This-
man. That's how the fucking game works.
You're gonna, yeah. I understand that you're trying to stay true to it, but this is never gonna end if they can just both like reverse.
It'll end
all
whenever
the
we
time.
kill you.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Damn. I guess we lose. It's been very real.
No. But I think
No.
in the movie too, every time he desinks, he goes crazier or gets more and more hurt. So
Yeah, he has
that's
to be in
that's
a
that's
wheelchair so he can sassily exit.
thing.
Yeah.
There's that wheelchair problem, you know.
Does he like flip around in the wheelchair?
I wish.
No, I think his legs are fucking paralyzed.
Okay. Well, I was wondering if he just like turned the wheelchair, like he flipped it around with his arms.
Oh,
like,
he's
you know,
like
just I'm
wall
out.
riding and shit.
No, it just
No,
like a
he's like a
sassy whip.
He does a leap of faith with the wheelchair. That'd
Yeah,
be so funny.
Guys, the best thing about the past 2 minutes is that I couldn't hear any of you guys. It was just freaking out, and every now and then I'd hear Corey's voice through the void screaming, "Desyncing!" I kind of started to freak out a little bit because I couldn't tell if you guys could hear each other or not, if it was just my internet. And just every now and then Corey just be like, "Desync! I'm desyncing!" And then you guys would be like, "Ah!" And they'd be like, "Desyncing!" And I was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?"
That sounds like a good
Yeah.
summation of the last 40 minutes.
I'm
Basically.
Jake Jump-enhaals.
This
It's
podcast
me.
is about to desync. God.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's say, yes, that everything we said is true. It all happened. Beefcake Bender and Jump-enhaals, they're squaring up. They both want what the other has. Like Persia wants to, take people's free will, but maybe Jake Gyllenhaal is naive and doesn't realize the true purpose of it.
Sure.
And Michael Fassbender wants that artifact, that dagger of time.
He believes it's another piece of Eden because the
Yeah.
apples aren't the only Edens. There
Oh
are
my
pieces
God.
of Edens. There's also multiple apples of Eden. I'm on a wiki and I need to
Okay.
stop.
Yeah, you need to stop.
Yep.
Well, yeah, in the
Yeah.
Garden of Eden, how do you think they cut up the apple and
Exactly.
split it? They
A
needed
sword
a
of
dagger.
Eden.
And if you do it
one-
wrong, you just go back in time and do it again. It's cool.
Exactly. The snake is like, get this apple, but don't forget, I put the knife on the ground too.
It's like a text-based adventure game.
Yeah, don't forget, you load it with a clip of sand, and they're like, "What's a clip?" And then he's just like, "It doesn't matter. Just
You'll see. You'll all
Yeah.
see.
I fucking clicked on a hyperlink that said Sword of Eden and it took me to Sword of Eden 2. Please get me out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're all gonna get out of
Joey,
here.
desync.
Let's all desync for a second. We'll sync up after this break. Alright guys, during the break, I went into my garage where my Animus is kept, and I discussed with my ancestors who the winner should be. I talked to World War I Nick, Civil War Nick. He was on the right side, by the way.
Do they all look the same? Do they all look like
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah. All my ancestors look dead up like me. Civil War Nick had some thoughts
Oh, yeah. Careful.
about how the fight should end. Is what I was going to say before you guys jumped in with your judgments.
Which
Like I
fight?
said, he was on the right. This fight,
Okay.
he was like, I fought and died, for a cause. And what do? You're doing a podcast? You're just talking into nothing for nobody.
He tried to stab you with the Sword of Eden 2.
You don't have 1 million followers yet, you noob. And you're
Yeah.
just like, whoa. What other ghosts have you been
I
talking to?
had 1 million men following me into battle.
Damn.
That's right.
They got
That's
pwned.
right.
No, they didn't. I won. Just kidding.
No. He's like, oh wait, you said you were on the right side. Can you explain to me which side you were actually on? If
See you
guys got
later.
pwned-
See you later, Nick.
Wait, no.
Gotta go.
Wait, why are you dressed up like a ghost? I thought you just were a ghost.
Is this some guy on the street? Some homeless man?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But anyway, they showed me the truth, and that is that Dastan, Jake
Dusty.
Jump-enhaals
Dastan.
wins. He's gonna win this fight in
Dusty G.
very real tournament the return. That's what
Nament.
we're calling the back half of this. Oh, the returnament. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Joey, that is, well, I say Joey, I'm editing this. It's definitely going to be called the returnament. So we got that out of the way. Thanks for helping me do my job.
All right.
So me and Colin are going to break it down for you fools.
Sure.
And tell you what's about to happen. Here we go. So they're squaring up, right? We got Dastan, we got Beefcake. You know,
Could this episode be episode 68 VRT, Dastan versus Beefcake?
Yeah.
What did we do?
I think
Getting
more
hot at the gates.
I think more people are going to click on it.
Who the hell is this Beefcake guy? And Dastan?
Dastan.
Dunstan. They misspelled Dunstan from Dunstan Checks In.
Dastan checks beef.
So, you know, first they're obviously going to do a little bit of swashbuckling, right? They both have MacGuffins that the other person wants. So there's going to be some swashbuckling. But, you know, they're jumping all over the place, chasing each other around, climbing things, and they're going to realize they're kind of, like, evenly matched in the parkour set and the swashbuckling set.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
they're kind of the same. One would say Jake Jump-enhaals is a precursor.
Yeah.
To
he's the original.
I noticed that you utilized that Assassin's Creed Wikipedia page.
No, we did not.
Oh.
This is just off the dome, baby. But I have memorized
I
it in
am
the
the
past.
Assassin's Creed Wikipedia page.
Yeah, don't you know that Colin's on there editing all the time?
Tell me the difference between the Sword of Eden 1 and Sword of Eden 2, please.
Go, Colin.
Get ready. Here it is. Fuck you. We're Ubisoft. Pay us.
You know what? If you want to know, Joe, if you want to know, go check the bibliography at the bottom. Okay, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go check my sources.
It's just a bunch of dead links. Duh.
It always is dead links.
404, what?
Why does this just say get an Encarta disc? Okay.
Why is this just
Read
like,
a
get a
third
life?
It says it's a link
Bunch
that
of Hotmail addresses. What is this?
it's a link to a page that says, "Why are you checking sources? Just take the free information."
Someone's offended that you're using it.
It just says, go have sex, you fucking loser.
Fucking dark.
Why don't you believe me? Why are you not trusting me? I took time out of my day to do this. All right, so, you know, they're gonna. It's gonna start to kind of be like anything you can do, I can do better in terms of, you know, parkouring, you know, outwitting each other. So eventually, they're gonna get to the point where they're running, and you know, they're both gonna try and do a leap of faith, right?
Right.
Because they both do that. So Jake Jump-enhaals goes to run off the cliff and jump. Michael Fassbender is right behind him, does jump, and looks. The cart is down at the bottom, but he's missed by certain feet, and he splats on the ground, desinks. Then we learn that Jake Gyllenhaal had done it previously and went back in time and moved the cart.
Oh.
So there's going to be a series of pranks where Jake Gyllenhaal goes to do, like, jump to the next, you know, bridge, but, you know, Michael Fassbender goes to jump, can't, like, the bridge is broken, like, he can't make it across, he falls.
They go to do the wall run, and then Michael Fassbender's running, and all of a sudden there's just a banana taped to the side of the wall.
Taped to the side of the wall.
Boom, hits it, falls,
Slips,
desinks.
desinks.
And every time you desync, because it's not just a table, it's a giant robot arm, it just slams you into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they didn't focus on enough in that movie, is like, no, if you fall into a nice pit, a nice wheelbarrow of hay, you're gonna be fine. But if you smack the ground, the animus is smacking into the ground.
Right.
That's how VR works. So after a while, he takes a real beating. He ends up in that wheelchair.
It's almost like
he's a paraplegic.
a very complicated way of, like, stop hitting yourself. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know, you know that Dastan is a real, like, you know, cheeky prankster boy, right? He likes to have fun. You know, he's not all about just, like, murdering people, assassinating them. He likes to have fun while he's doing it. He's smiling, he's smirking. You see his white teeth.
Yeah. It's like a Tom and Jerry, but
I see his
time
white
traveling.
skin, too.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's true.
So even though, you know, Beefcake Bender can keep coming back, he, like, the Cal Lynch is, like, beat up finally. He ends up in that wheelchair. and he's kind of wheeling around thinking about his next move when all of a sudden he sees all of the ghost ancestors that he has. And they show up and he's like, please guide me. Tell me what to do to beat this prankster supreme. And they're like...
And he's like, I'm worthy. I killed a pimp. I'm worthy.
They're like, you're a piece of shit. We hate you. You're the worst of all of us. And he's like, no, what? I need guidance. I'm trying to do... And they're like, no. Fuck you, you little bitch boy. And he's like, what? Why? And he's like, pimps. You killed a pimp. Pimps are the coolest part of our societies. They supply brothels. They supply concubines.
They supply shadows for you to operate in. Like they're shady, so they supply shade, which is where you operate.
Yeah, they're working the underground. You can always duck into a brothel real quick. No upstanding guard is going to go in there. You just duck in. They've saved us over, many lifetimes, and you just killed one?
Right. Also, women's rights, what are those? We're all ancient people.
I heard in your time you give women rights, and that's wrong. And you're like, oh, wait, which side am I supposed to be on? This sucks. Obviously, the side of women rights.
Right. Well, the Civil War side of Michael Fassbender comes up, and he just keeps saying he was on the right side. Not explaining what that means.
He's just trying to defend himself? Yeah, no one's asking.
Well, I guess I'm glad that this
it's like the grandfather at Thanksgiving. Like, you just don't engage him. Just talk over him.
Yeah, the pimp thing is cool, but I just want to let all the ghosts know that I was on the right side, okay?
I voted for the right president. What do you mean, Grandpa?
I'm glad
tell me.
This
so
bloodline
eventually
is dying with Assbender, because this sounds like a shitty racist bloodline.
Yeah. Well, they're also
inbred.
They're
That's
also
why they look the same. That's why they look the same.
That's why they look the same. But they're also really, really, really on the side of pimps being good guys. So
they're all in on that.
The only way that Michael Fassbender can see his way out of this, he's like, I can't go kill the prankster supreme, so I'm going to go kill his ancestor. I'm going to kill his descendant. I'm going to go kill current day Jump-enhaals.
So back at him,
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to go take care of his descendant to get back at him, because he's probably a pimp somewhere.
Right. So he goes to a bus stop, and he's trying to get his wheelchair up onto the bus.
Then he goes to the house of Jake Gyllenhaal, Hollywood actor.
Oh, God, no. Jesus.
So he shows up. He's got his arm blade. He's like, sneaking in. He's ready to assassinate. He sneaks up behind Jake Gyllenhaal. He's doing something cool.
Hold on real quick. He has to sneak in, but he's in a wheelchair, so he just has a series of tennis balls around his wheels on his wheelchair.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of traction.
It's like a silencer.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, the actor, has a lot of marble floor, so it's hard for him to get around on those tennis balls. Not a lot of traction. So he finally gets up, and Jake Gyllenhaal's doing something cool. What do you guys think Jake Gyllenhaal does at home?
Yoga. I don't know.
Okay, he's doing yoga. He's rewatching Donnie Darko and just be like, yes!
Rubbing his hands togetger.
That's excellent.
That's actually my sister.
He's listening to some 50 Cent and singing out that he's a PIMP.
There you go.
And Fassbender's blood is boiling.
It is boiling. So he goes up, he blades him, but nothing happens. He looks, and instead of a blade, it's just his ring finger on the end of that thing.
What?
Let me explain.
Every time he extends his blade,
the ring finger just pops
slides up into place from under his hand.
Then Jake Gyllenhaal turns around from singing PIMP and shows him the dagger. It's been passed down through his bloodline. Michael Fassbender came, he hit the dagger, and then he replaced his blade with the ring finger.
Oh, God.
So Michael Fassbender, Cal Lynch, defeated. He's like, forget this. I can't do anything with these guys. I clearly have lost. He wheels himself out. Fastly. He gets out into the street. He throws up his hood, assassin style, right?
Yeah.
Then his skin starts to burn. What? He has the poison. He has the poison robe.
Poison hood.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal fucking committed murder.
Damn it! Holy shit!
And he dies on the street,
this poison
sizzling.
robe was passed down from generations as well.
Absolutely. And then Michael Fassbender burns up in the street. And Jake Gyllenhaal goes back to starring in Hollywood movies that are appropriate for him to star in.
Prisoners.
Right. Then there's a Civil War. Jake Gyllenhaal was like, I was on the right side.
I was cast on the right side. And they're like, we didn't tell you which side.
It's 2010, Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's like, wait, you're just me. You're not even an ancestor. And he's like, look, man, I was on the right side of this. Okay.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Right.
I was on the right side of Disney cashing me a huge check. So there you have it. Cal Lynch dead. Dustin takes the day through fun pranks.
Man, Michael Skellington over there. That's sad, dude.
Yep, he's just a melted boy in Jake Gyllenhaal's driveway.
Let me ask you this. If you took Michael Fassbender's skeleton and put it into the Animus, can we still go back in time?
Oh my god.
Could you imagine like a skeleton just being tossed around a room?
Spooky, scary skeleton.
I love the idea of a skeleton being thrown across the room in that fucking Animus.
We could try again. We could try. Why not? What do we have to lose?
Make sure to glue all his bones together so they don't fall apart again. Sir, did you say you want me to glue the bones together?
Why is the skeleton in a wheelchair? He's dead.
I thought we were scientists, sir. No, we're pimps.
$1 trillion Animus arm. Pimps. They got $1 trillion Animus arm, and they're just gorilla gluing a skull to it, and then just like, this will work.
Whoa, maybe the Knights Templar are a bunch of pimps, and they were so mad that he killed one of them. And the pimps want to get rid of free will so they can have all of the concubines. That's the word I'll use.
And that's why they all have all that jewelry and those robes and stuff, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, the world will be run by pimps.
And Robert De Niro goes back in time?
Okay.
Travis Bickle?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, we did it, gang. Very real tournament. The Returnament.
Yeah.
Man, Jake Jump-enhaals wins again. Or for the first time. Whatever.
He always wins. I mean, he got cast in that movie, even though he was the wrong color for it.
He was on the right side.
He was on the right side.
That's what it'll tell you.
Jim Jumpy Gum.
Oh, and if you guys haven't, on the Real Talk, if you guys haven't seen John Mulaney in the Sack Bunch Lunch, or Sack... What is it? The lunch?
You got it.
Okay.
The Sack Lunch Bunch.
Sack Lunch Bunch.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal has a phenomenal part in that thing.
Yeah, he is hilarious in that. There's music and everything, guys.
Yeah, he's the best part of it.
Yeah,
I would recommend watching that on Netflix. Not our sponsor. They don't know who we are.
Nope.
They're mad at us for trying to get on Disney Plus,
which we still have not got back on yet. Which we're working on.
Still on the Dove Network, but they shut down production on Gooby 2?
Right. Kung Fu something or another?
Kung Fu Gooby?
Punch.
Hey, hold up,
Panda?
guys. There's a translucent me walking into the room with a
what's he saying?
Gooby 2 poster, and he's saying he's on the right side of history.
Are you doing yoga now?
He's pretty into it. He's pretty, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Very Real Tournament. I know that we kept you guys waiting for a long time. I hope it was worth it for you. I hope you were excited to see this thing pop up in the feed. We were excited to come back. It's great to hear all four of us doing a podcast again.
Yeah.
Corey's also going to be back on Very Real Talk with us now. So we're very excited to do that. Obviously, please tell your friends and family about this podcast. They still shouldn't have much to do. I know people are going out more and more now, but some people are still staying safe, I hope. Going out as little as they can.
And if you're going out, be smart. Definitely be smart.
Don't be one of these sheeple. Wear a fucking mask, even though those sheeple will tell you that you're a sheeple. It's that thing where, I look at somebody, I'm in a store wearing a mask, and I look at somebody that's not, and they're looking at me, and it's like, we both think that we're dumb assholes right now. I think he's a dumb asshole, and he thinks I'm a dumb asshole. So it's a weird time to be alive.
That's usually how everyone is anyway.
I guess that's pretty true.
Yeah.
Yes, so please tell your friends and family to go to our website, vrtcast.com. All of our episodes are there. Also on that website, obviously, is the other podcast we do. That's called Very Real Talk. We got new episodes of that coming out every week on Wednesday. So go check that out. Also, find us on any of the podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast, CastBox. Go check all those out. Give us a like, a subscribe, a rate, review. Any of that stuff would be phenomenal.
So, what do we got next week?
That is a great question, Corey. Here's my answer. Next week, we got an exciting one for you guys. It's a little outside the box, but we love doing that on this podcast. We watched a couple of real, mediocre movies this week. Let's pick it back up before we drop off again. Let's go. Let's continue the upward trend. Next week, we're doing a Daniel Day-Lewis off, and I know you're thinking, what? He doesn't have any action characters. That's right. It's the Phantom Thread versus My Left Foot. No. No. We are going to have fun with this one. The ultimate character actor. It is going to be Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York versus Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood.
Oh, it's going to be so great. I'm so happy with this one.
I know. Yeah. Me too, man. I'm excited to see what we do. I'm excited to watch. It's been a while since I've watched either of these movies. Really, I think I only watched There Will Be Blood once with you in the theater several years ago.
Dude, I saw that movie 4 times in theaters. So
yeah, I saw it once.
I love that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. I just haven't revisited, so I'm excited to do that. And for all of you that are, watching along with us, here's a little break from the garbage. Watch a couple of really great movies.
Get your bowling pins out, y'all, because we're going to have a good time.
Nice. So, yes, go check those movies out. We're going to do the same, and we will be back in 2 weeks with that fight for you guys. All right, anything else, boys? Or can we get out of here and start our prep?
I'm ready to desync out of this podcast.
I'm ready to go back in time and not do this podcast in the first place.
I'm ready to jump into my bed and go to sleep.
I think I got a bleeding effect from this podcast.
Any more? I'll wait.
I'm going to move that bale of hay out from Joey's car. I don't know.
My review of Assassin's Creed, not enough eagles. Okay, I'm out.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, then, let's get out of here. Until next time, I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
Colin Sage.
Corey Music.
And it hasn't just been real. It's been very real.